Hey everyone, what's going on? Big Sean here, hanging out. DC, undisclosed location. Can't tell you where I'm at. Might have to do something if I did. Anyways, just kidding, Mom. It's a joke, Mom. Just kidding. Anyways, so yeah, last night, early this morning, I said I've got a big major announcement coming up, and it's and I also had a picture of if you guys didn't guess it already, of a snow-capped Mauna Kea volcano. We're coming to that. Okay, we're coming. I've got my notes so I don't forget what's going on, but you know, I don't want to. I'm gonna do my best to make a long story sound short, which is often impossible. So we'll start with this. You guys have seen a lot of stuff going on with my Bedlam Micro Speedway. We had a great event with the Baltimore Rock and Ride this past Saturday. Raised a lot of money for Franklin Square Hospital here in Baltimore, their cancer center. It's actually where my father was treated 5 years ago. So that's a place that's near and dear to my heart. And we will always do things with Baltimore Rock and Ride. Grown folks riding big wheels, nuts. And we're working on another event for Labor Day weekend. I know in 2 weeks from this past Saturday, so not this Saturday, the next Saturday, the 27th of June, we're going to be doing a Bedlam Micro Speedway race event at Power Plant Live in front of Lucky's Tavern. I will have the announcement put up here shortly. Make sure you come there because we're going to tell everyone about the Adult Racing League that's going to start in the fall. We're putting those dates and times together. There's going to be great prizes. There's going to be prize money involved. We're going to have trophies. Just think of you know, a micro version of a major league racing event. I mean, we used to have the Baltimore Grand Prix downtown Baltimore Labor Day weekend. Well, kind of the same thing without all the traffic jams and high prices for beer. So that's coming up Labor Day weekend, and then in October we're going to be doing the car show. Get this. There's a car show going on, and Richard Petty's going to show up. That's all I got to say. And so I'm going to have a chance to do a race event in the same vicinity as Richard Petty. I might even get to meet him. It's going to be really fun. I have some more about that. We're also going to start a crowdfunding campaign. I know Baltimore Sun Media just finished shooting that for us. We've got some more audio to finish up. But that's going to be coming out in the next month or so. But even before that, starting July 1st, we're going to do a quick micro crowdfunding campaign. And this is the kind of, you know, kind of see where the interest is, get some support to get some equipment that we need to get things done. Like I said, with the Adult Racing League in the fall, the goal is to raise more money for the Cancer Center, cancer awareness, being more health conscious, and how hobbies can kind of fit into that. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So that's going to be coming up here. We're not going to try to raise that much. I think our goal is we're going to look for is like about $5,000, whereas opposed to $10,000 when we do the big campaign again. But that's coming up, and I really love crowdfunding campaigns because it's simple. It lets you know where you're at, where you're standing, and where you need to go. But one of the big things we like to do, well, I'm coming to that here in a little bit. Okay, hold on. Just hold on to that. All right, next up, you notice the Blast Furnace blog is up and running. In fact, we had a great post I was able to repost by Brett McCabe, great writer, about things going on in Baltimore. And we want to hear from you also. Lots of people have so many ideas and so many things on their mind on how they want to make this world a better place to live in. And the whole thing behind Blast Furnace is, you know, a blast furnace, you take different metals and you melt them together and process them to make a stronger metal. I believe that we need to start taking the best ideas from everywhere and everyone to really fix what's going on, you know, on a global level. So, one of those people, my good friend Liz, we were it was meant to be like a 10-minute conversation that turned out to be like a half hour, and she just really broke down, you know, where she came from, where she's been, what she's learned, and some of the experiences she's been through. And she's like, I've been wanting to write about this stuff. So you're gonna hear a lot from Liz, my good friends Emily, other people who are published other places like Brett McCabe, like I mentioned. Of course, I'm gonna write every so often, but I want to hear from everyone. If there's something that you see that you want me to repost up on there, let me know. The idea with Blast Furnace is a lot bigger than just a blog. I mean, if you notice, you go to our Blast Furnace page, please like it. I've got it listed as a magazine because I started to think about this. I'm like, wait a minute. With this one blog, I can have 10 separate blogs associated with that. So you see all these online magazines like Vice.com, which is one of my favorites. And we're definitely going to be reposting some of their stuff with their permission, of course. But I think this new form of journalism where it's people who are actually there at the events or people who are directly affected by things that are happening that we need to hear from rather than mainstream media. And that's what really pulled me back into doing blogs again after what happened in Baltimore. We had, every major news organization was telling their story of what they saw for their own, sponsors and their own reasons or what have you. That's a whole other story, a whole nother day. So yeah, Blast Furnace is up and running. I want to hear from all of you. What do you want us to post about? What do you want us to talk about? What ideas do you have to make things better? And third part is this, and it's kind of, I guess here goes the big announcement part or whatever. I was trying to think, what else could I do that kind of ties everything together to where I can talk more about Bedlam Microspeedway. I can take some of the best posts from Blast Furnace and just other things you hear from time to time. And most of you know me, I just love telling stories. So why not start writing them down? So the third part of this is called Long Story Short Publishing. And what this is going to be is collections of short stories that at the end of the year, we'll start July 1st, and then whatever's submitted, whatever we repost, whatever we put up, we'll just hold on to them, and then next June, we'll just put together the best that we have, or we'll say the top 300, and we're going to put it together into a hard copy book, and go ahead and just self-publish it. Why not? We'll do an ebook version, of course. Well, that's easy enough, but I just love holding a book. I'm sorry, I just love cracking open a book. So, so also with all that, how am I going to accomplish all this? As most of you all know, I can, with my typical work schedule and all my family obligations, it's hard to kind of keep things organized. Well, like I said, I've got lots of people who want to pitch in to make all these things happen. I know Travis Mann has been there for years and years. My brother Vic, he wants to jump in the mix. Brett Riley. It's just, who does all of our stickers. It's just been so many people that have contributed. Oh my goodness. Angela Verts, her father Gary, and Keith and Todd. Keith Wolf, who's the crew chief for Todd Peck Racing, who's got so much in there. It's like, how are we going to do all this? Well, what we're going to do is I'm kind of let go of the reins a little bit. And oftentimes people say, can I give you a hand with this? I'm like, no, I got this. And mostly because it's my baby, as far as Bedlam is. And now it's time to let go a little bit. But even so, with the last crowdfunding campaign, it wasn't successful. And I realized people just weren't getting what I was trying to accomplish. So I reached out to my good friend Adrian Hines, who's a part of Tracy Walker's Dream Team organization. He's like the second in command. And this organization, they're the ones mentoring me on how to put up blogs, how to market products, how to market ideas. Also, there's so many different products and books on self-improvement, which I need to improve upon myself. Who doesn't? So tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, there's going to be a live webinar put on by my mentor in blogging, Adrian Hines, as well as Tracy Walker herself. And last time I was a part of one of her webinars, it just blew my mind how simple and user-friendly it was. And it really got the point across, and it introduced her training in a very simple way. Well, here's what's happening. She's going to start training people how to do the same webinars for the products that they produce, the services that they offer, the businesses that they might have, whether it be home-based or brick and mortar. You will be able to do live webinars like this. So at 10 o'clock tonight, I already posted the link. It has got a picture of Adrian and Tracy on there. You need to be there. If you're not there, you're just going to miss out. If you got a program on TV, put it on the DVR. Trust me, you want to be there at 10 o'clock. If you're not, no problem. You see, I'm going to learn how to do webinars. With what I'm doing with Bedlam Micro Speedway and Blast Furnace, and now, you know, taking all the stories and all the great posts and poems and everything else and putting that together and publishing it as a hard copy book each year. You know, I need to know how to better market what I'm doing across the globe, because I can't afford to fly everywhere and just show people. So anyways, be there 10 o'clock tonight as part of the Dream Team's webinar, live webinar. It's going to explain how to use a blog, what blog is best to use, and not only that, the skills and the strategies you need to better market any products and services that you might have. And the big announcement, why did I have a picture of Mauna Kea? Next summer, graduation trip for my daughter. We're coming out to the Big Island. Don't know how, don't know when, but hey, it's good. It's always good to have goals to work towards. So yes, all the people over there in Hilo and Kona and Waikoloa and Honoka'a and even South Point, doesn't matter. I'm bringing my daughter out there and try to bring my mother out as well, and we're going to hang out. And not exactly, okay, we're not moving there per se, but you know me, I'm always keeping my eyes open for different opportunities. And if everything goes well with the training I'm receiving and and if I use my resources wisely, who's to say that I don't set up a Bedlam Micro Speedway store over there in Hilo, where it kind of all started. Anyways, you guys have a good night. Leave some comments. Tell me what you think. I'm going to put links to all this stuff down here. Oh, yeah. Enjoy Red Truck Beef Jerky. It's good stuff. Oh, yeah. That'll be in the next video. Bye.